After I got diagnosed with lactose intolerance, I don't make tres leches cake too much anymore. But the kids want one for Christmas this year, so I decided I'm going to try to make a lactose-free tres leches cake. You're watching the Bare Pantry Show. Welcome to the Bare Pantry Show. If you want to learn how to cook in simple steps and have your dishes come out great the first time, then you're in the right place. Learn to make restaurant-style meals, comfort foods, and authentic Belizean dishes from basic ingredients. Before we get into the recipe, guys, spoiler alert, the cake came out great. Even the 3 milks that I use on my portion of the cake was fantastic, but the topping was not. I tried to use a coconut cream topping and it was a bust. So this is why I'm making some regular heavy cream topping for the kids' half of the cake. And for my portion, I think I'll just serve it with ice cream. So let's get into the making of the cake. So the first thing I have to do is sift the flour. It's only 3/4 cup of flour. And the easiest way to sift it is to go back and forth on 2 pieces of parchment paper like this. Now you have to sift it at least 4 times. You can sift it more times than that if you want, but at least 4 times. Next, put the flour in a bowl, add the baking powder and the salt, and whisk, then set aside. Now grab your hand mixer because we're gonna need to cream the sugar and the egg yolks. So we just go ahead and cream this until it's pale yellow. Next, we're gonna add the milk and the vanilla. I'm going to put the ingredients in the description below, all right? So now I have to stop and clean my beaters. And then I'm going to beat the egg whites to stiff peaks. So after beating the egg whites to stiff peaks, all we have to do is go ahead and add the dry ingredients into the wet. Fold it in slowly. And then fold in the egg whites. Now all I have to do is pour it into my greased and floured 7x7x2 cake pan and then stick it in the oven. The oven is up to temperature to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna let that bake for about a half hour. So nothing hard about making a sponge cake, all right? Now it's lactose free. Why? Because we've used lactose free milk. Now what are we gonna do for the tres leches, for the 3 milks that we have to put on top? Normally I put regular evaporated milk, regular sweetened condensed milk, and media crema. I don't use the heavy cream. I used to before, but I do media crema. So because I want to make it lactose free, I'm going to use lactose free sweetened condensed milk. And I'm going to try to make evaporated milk from the lactose free milk that I have. I don't know if it's going to work because when you're making evaporated milk, you have to use a milk with a more like high fat content. And this only has 2%. So we're going to try. And then I don't know what the 3rd milk is going to be. I'm only going to mess up half of this cake, all right? I'm going to put the regular stuff on the other half for the kids. I still don't know what we're going to do for a topping. So let's make this evaporated milk, guys. So I have a 1.5 cups of lactose-free milk here in this thick saucepan. It'll foam up like this, so stay here and watch it, all right? You don't want it to boil over. I started with the temperature at medium to high, and now I have it from low to medium, but adjust it accordingly because you don't want it to boil, but you want it to reduce. All right, when it's done, just go ahead and pour it through a strainer and then set it aside to cool. This is the reason why we're doing this cake. You know your shirt has holes in it.
It's battle damage. So, you know, it's like Spider-Man when he gets beat up. There you go.
So I'm doing my homemade evaporated milk from lactose-free milk. It's still hot. Sweetened condensed milk, lactose-free. And then this coconut milk, real cocoa, original organic coconut milk. My sister gave it to me. Doesn't really taste all that good, but it doesn't really taste all that bad either. I think the other 2 milks will counteract it. And then for the topping, we're gonna be doing this. This coconut milk right here. Leche de coco, dairy free, unsweetened. We're gonna put powdered sugar with it. We're gonna whip it. But I put it in the freezer because it was hot. Leave it in the fridge to get cold. So the cake is done within 30 minutes. Set it here for a few minutes and then release the sides. It'll release on its own too. Flip it over and then I'm going to allow this to cool. And then I will cut it in half because like I told you guys earlier, I'm only going to mess with half of this to try to make it lactose free. The next half of the cake is going to have the regular stuff. All right. Look at this. This is a beautiful sponge. So I've cut my piece up into pieces to fit it in this glass dish because I want to wet it up with these milks, right? Poke it with a skewer or a fork. I like the skewer though. It feels satisfying. So this is a little bit of the evaporated milk that we just made. This is that coconut milk my sister gave me. And then of course the lactose-free condensed milk. This tastes so good. Lactose-free condensed milk always looks like a dingy color. Now pour it on top like this. And then what I do, whatever's settled on the bottom, I pour it back into the cup and then pour it on top again. Trying to get all of this to soak up in the cake, all right? So just pour it on top again. We're almost there, guys. So far this cake is lactose free, right? Now for the kids, I'm gonna do the regular stuff. I'm looking for my media crema. You're gonna run this camera today.
Who gonna run this camera?
You.
Yeah. I will left you halfway.
Oh Lord. I don't think the thing can come out now. So let me show you what coconut milk I'm using. This one. I'm not using the one that Joe uses for rice and beans. I don't know why. I think it's because this one was near the evap milk. So let's dig this out. The one is super cold, but I don't know if I want it frozen. Try not to get the water that's on the bottom, okay? That came out pretty good. Okay, let's see if we can mix it up. All we're gonna do is mix it up and put some powdered sugar. I don't like the overall taste of this.
Uh-oh.
I can't even tell you what it tastes like. It's not the coconut.
I don't even taste the coconut.
It tastes hooty.
What's the coconut taste?
Oh, Josh. Joshua doesn't like coconut, so.
Not bad.
It has a funkiness to it.
Right. That's
Yeah.
the word hooty. Hooty, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Belize people mean by funky.
Like it's going stale.
Yeah, if you want to taste your cake, you would taste a little bit of cake with me.
Okay.
But we need a topping. So we kind of succeeded with making the cake lactose free with the milks that I put. And even that coconut milk from Auntie didn't taste bad on my cake. But I put you guys regular stuff on your cake. But the topping is not doing it for me. And to me, what makes a good tres leches is the topping. So I'm going to taste mine. You taste yours. Some milk is still trying to sit there. Ooh, look at this, Joe. Bring the camera in. This is what Joe doesn't like. He cannot stand a soggy cake.
Normally I can't either, but for some reason this one works for me though. Just needs the topping.
Well, the only thing lactose free on this so far is what's inside the cake. The rest of the stuff is you guys' regular milk.
Oh, the cake tastes
You
like
want to
cake.
taste this?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Taste off of my piece right there. So that's my lactose free one so far. I don't know what I'm going to do for a topping. I don't have any lactose free topping.
Are good too.
I think what I'm going to do when I serve it is top it off with lactose free ice cream.
I want that
I
topping.
don't want to take that pill though. When I take that pill, it doesn't really work. It throws a lot of gas in my intestines, and then I start passing the gas. One end and the upper end as burps and hiccups. So, you know, other than that, if I eat this, the gas stays trapped. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to serve it with ice cream when I want a piece. I'm going to put this up. So one of them is going to have to go to the store and get that heavy cream because we don't have any heavy cream, I don't think. And then we'll whip that up with some powdered sugar. And they're going to have a regular topping. But for this video, we were trying a lactose-free tres leches cake. And I think we succeeded to about 90%. But then we failed epically at the topping because this is gross.
Yeah.
This is gross.
I don't like. I could deal with it if it wasn't funky.
I put this in my ice cream, so I don't know why this smells so funky. You know, Belize people for funky, the word is hooty. Hooty. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you, Josh. Remember, guys, we are not buying this book. Why? Because my distributor is ripping me off and not paying me any of my royalties. So for this reason, I redid the book that's being sold on Amazon and I made this book. I removed a bunch of the recipes from the first book because I did not deem them to be authentically Belizean enough, and I put a bunch of brand new recipes in here. So you're gonna get more for your money, okay? So when you buy this book, you're gonna find that the recipes are very easy to understand and the dishes are gonna come out perfect the very first time. So this book was made in 2018. In the middle of the pandemic in 2020, I made this book, The Pantry Laid Bare, and this is restaurant quality, no, not restaurant quality, better than restaurant quality meals at home. Now in 2021, I have my brand new book. This one's called No More Leftovers. Why? Because I reduced some of the recipes from this book, and I put a bunch of brand new recipes in there, but they're all small batches, all right? Now to purchase, all you have to do is visit my website, www.barepantryshow.com. You can shop safely and securely at www.barepantryshow.com. So I was forgiven for eating all my chowder. He's forgiven.
I won't